So I had a young guy, one of my kids' friends. They're in their 20s now, and they're a little bit athletic, you know. He says, "Hey Jay, I want to get big, but I want to lose weight. I'm in a calorie deficit, but I want to build muscle." And I said, "Hey Bubba, you can't do both. You know, you gotta bulk up and get big, you know, and kind of be chubby and get fat, or you gotta cut down and be lean and have a six pack and be a small guy." I'm like, you can't do both, you know. And I'm sure some of you guys will chime in and say, "Well, sure you can." Well, yeah, if you're on steroids, you know, these young guys shouldn't be on steroids. You know, they haven't had a family yet. You know, he's not a professional athlete. You know, I don't suggest any young guy who hasn't had a family get on steroids because it could fucking take that from you. You know, so this young guy, he wants to get big, but he wants to get small. So I said, "Listen, Bubba, won't you bulk up for 3 or 4 months, eat as much as you can, as often as you can, and then cut, then, you know, and then go into your calorie deficit and see if you like how you look. And then you can, you know, if you don't, then you're going to bulk some more and get bigger, you know, and then cut again and, you know, rinse and repeat, right? Until you get what you like, you know, but, you know, these young guys who aren't athletic, who just kind of go off what's on the internet or, you know, what's on the magazines or whatever, right? Whatever they see or whatever they're told. And, you know, it's kind of sad, you know, because, you know, had he not had me to reach out to, you know, who knows what he would have done, what he tried, right? But I hope I got him on the right track. He's a smart kid. And, you know, anybody peddling hormones or steroids to these kids is a piece of shit, you know, because, you know, if an older cat decides to get on some hormones, whatever, right? If you had your kids, cool, man, whatever. But if you ain't had your kids, man, you get on there and fuck your balls up and you can't have kids, that's a bad deal, man. So don't push that shit on these young guys. I think everybody should get, you know, do as good as they can, as long as they can. And then, you know, when age or injury fucks you after you had a family, if you want to get on steroids, whatever, man. But it's not for these kids, and it's not, you know, so just do what you can and listen to people that are going to tell you the right way to do shit.